Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Prison Architect episode number 3, which originally aired live on Twitch. I'm going to start laying down flooring. So we can have some nice pathing and all that. There we go. And grass. Oops. Don't go into the water with that. There we go. Pet Yoda. Oh. Yeah. How's the prison management going? So far so good. We are, let me update my current project, because I haven't done that. So, working on the drug problem. I'm very terrible at remembering to do that. So, what we're doing for the drug problem so far, just a little reminder, is we have set up Narcotics Anonymous and a Alcoholics Anonymous program, and soon we are going to have drug sniffing dogs to be able to detect narcotics that are being smuggled in and all that. So if we take a look at needs here, let's go to needs, prisoner needs. It would also help them if they got... So right now, drugs are needed for about 5 of my prisoners. That is the extent of the drug problem. But if we had a chapel, or spiritual services and luxuries had a shop and a literature, it would reduce their need for drugs and the like. So some of it is just I don't have enough being offered. But we can work on that. Ooh, that is an awkward security. Okay, let's put that wall back in, huh? All right, our prisoners are feeling a bit bored. Let's go to the regime. And I'm going to have them take if they want, an evening shower. And I'm going to move this eat down, move the work time down, move the yard down, move the eat. Whoop, nope, not like that. Move the eat. There. So now they spend a little, they can address their hygiene and, I don't know. We'll try to get them to be less bored. So prisoners are due for release and parole. I don't have a parole hearing facilities yet either. That's something I'm going to need to do soon. You actually get a financial incentive if you parole your prisoners, reforming them back into society. So it's in your best interest to let them parole. Unlike the American prison system, where we incentivize like institutional slavery through convicts, this game doesn't, and actually wants you to treat people with somewhat respect. All right, I hired 2 more workmen. So now this vegetable allotment is all set, but I don't have a farmer to teach farming. And we have a sort of escape problem going on right now. So I'm going to high priority these walls, because through this door here, let me lock that shut. Through this door, prisoners could escape right now, because there's no back wall here. Because the order of operations of my guys building is terrible. There we go. Build that wall. And then build this wall too. All right, so this can be unlocked. I can even lock it open. It doesn't need to be closed. I know, that's a pretty crappy little yard. I'm sorry. Put some grass down. And then this here is a kennel. So we're going to do a jail door here, jail door there. And then this here will be my security room. So let's get the kennel down. And research dogs. And surveillance. Let's research everything else. Get legal. How much money do I have? Yeah, let's get offshore tax haven, recycling, bank loans. Let's do it all. Could someone build this stupid door, though? This door is like a real... They're running around the entire... They're like stepping on water over here. They're running around the entire facility because no one will build this urgently built door. I think this door is bugged, so let me put that down again. Yo, build that door. There we go. Now it's not so ridiculous. Cool. All right, so for us to start teaching farming, let me get a farmer. And then go to the programs here. Scroll all the way down to farm work. I can also do flower therapy, but farm work safety. No regime time slot. Oh, because I have too many educational courses? Yes, so let's fix that. Go to regime. There. So it'll all be a night class or something. I don't know. Reschedule. So at 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. we do farm work safety, which is a very strange hour to do it. And now we will be able to teach how to farm crops. And if we want to start farming crops, plant 5 crops of any type in each room. Well, I only have 1 room right now. So for now, I'm just going to go for potatoes, I think. A whole bunch of potatoes. What up, dude? Okay. Yoda angry. Yoda angry. Alright, so here's the kennel. I don't have a huge prison pop, so I probably don't need... I don't need too many kennels, but we'll get 2 different drug dogs. And then get 2 different dog handlers. They're so cute. Look at them. All right, and let's put them all in deployment. So we're gonna have a let's do a magenta patrol. So we're gonna patrol between the Actually, I'm just gonna assign a dog handler into the dormitory and have the dog smell everyone. So we're gonna have 1 dog on duty, 1 dog resting. Ooh, he's released. Congratulations. Okay, so I feel like that addresses the drugs. Next up, what do you want me to address? Do you want me to prisoner board him? Visitation or farming. I can add more crops to the farm if you want. That's up to you. But one of the things I could do here is add work for the farm here. And then for crop distribution, I can decide where these crops go. I can say, hey, send the crops directly to the kitchen. All right. If I want to do the basic farming grant, I am going to need some other farms. So let's do a farming field. And then let's also do an orchard. 6 by 12. And then we're going to want the little bump out for the shed. And the little bump out for the shed. All right. So it looks to me like farming is winning, so. All right. Then let's get the sprinkler for these farms. One there. Whoa. One there. I don't think that the trees need sprinklers. I'm not sure about that. I can sort of indirectly solve prisoner boredom. But some of that is just that they're going to need a bookstore. And hey, thanks for the raid, Loop. I totally missed that. Let me give you a little shout out there. You were last playing RimWorld. Well, welcome, RimWorlder. I'm in the, I'm like RimWorld Prison Edition here. We're going to do a variety of trees. So here's some apple. What climate I am in, I have no idea. Apple, banana, peach, and orange. And then in the farming field, we're going to do a variety as well because it wants you to do a variety. So we'll get... Oh, my farming field needs to be bigger. I apologize. Let's fix that by moving it. Where's my farming field? Farming field needs to be an 8x8. Which is a little odd because the sprinklers don't work that way. Well, I guess we could do drip hoses instead. Let's do like a 10 by 11 by 9 or something like that. And then water them through drip hose instead. Drip pipes. So the drip pipes irrigate the two adjacent cells. You know, I don't really like drip pipes compared to the sprinklers. I'll just try to crop sprinkle. Let's make this even bigger. Look at how much farming we're doing here. Alright, so forget that farming field. I'll break that stuff down and I'll repurpose it. Someone's having an OD, aren't they? I just saw them walk by. Alright, so that is a heck of a farm. And then the shed. Alright, who's ODing? No, I guess they're fine. Prisoners are bored out of their skulls. Because I took away all their drugs. Alright, so for the vegetable allotments here, I'm going to want to change these over for a variety of crops. Because if I'm only planting one type of crop, I don't get the credit for the grant. So let's dismantle a few row of these and replace them. Drugs are not recreation. They're recreating. They're just bored. I don't have a lot of good recreation time for them. Another thing I could do is go to their regime and just... They actually have a remarkable amount of free time. They'll be fine. All right, let's get the other crops in. So, roll carrots, tomatoes, cabbage, and 1 cabbage, 1 tomato, 1 carrot, 2 potato. Good enough. And then on here in the farming field, let's... And one of the issues with farming is prisoners can... So that was, what did I just put? Barley? Prisoners can grow narcotics as a result of, like, farming. So it is a little problematic that I'm, like, farming so much because it does encourage the prisoners to make drugs. Yeah. I'll live with that. And then we have some composting. There we go. Oh, there's another OD. He's extremely strong. All right. It occurs to me it wouldn't hurt if I had additional seating for my canteen, so I can throw that in. Yeah, not so much grow narcotics. What your prisoners could do is they can, like, you know, plant poppy and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess technically grow narcotics. I might want to invest in some additional green power because my power grid is a little tapped, but we'll see about that. All right, pool tables, radios, TVs, that kind of thing. That's what these guys want. So let's see what we can do. I can put a pool table in the dorm. I have no idea how they're going to use it because there's not really space for it, but sure. And then let's put a radio in the common room. And try to solve some of this stir craziness that they're suffering. All right, I just completed basic farming. We had like a bunch of the variety of crops that I require. With only one farmer, I'm not going to be able to do a heck of a lot of farming, but you guys are going to be able to vote on next grant here, and then I'll ask what I should focus on. So we've got prison manufacturing. We've got visitation rights. We've got self-sustaining. I'll explain what these are too. Overproduction. And yeah, okay. So self-sustaining here is that I start to grow my own food for the farm. Overproduction is that I sell crops that I've produced back to, you know, the people or whatever. Visitation rights is a common room that makes people happy, and also a place for family members to visit incarcerated. And then the prison manufacturing would have me make license plates. And what I work on next, up to you. Nego and Sunny. Thanks for the follows, by the way. Our prisoners are bored out of their skulls, you say. Yeah, I'm not doing a good job, I know. Let's see, what else can I add here? Let's move this chair down and put a wide couch here. So I know it shows that I have a negative cash flow, but because I'm exporting green power, I don't actually have a negative cash flow. All right, so visitation rights looks to be the choice here. So thanks for voting. We need a visitation room. Problem is the farming field is relatively large. I'm gonna shrink my infirmary down and repurpose the west half of it for visitation. And you can see the plants are starting to crop up. Ooh. One of your ex-law enforcement and your smuggling weapons to solitary. Straight to solitary. All right, let's put the walls back in. All right, so a visitation room is one where relatives can come and visit, as you'd kind of imagine. And it requires a special kind of, well, there's two different types of visitation. There's a booth where it's virtually impossible to hand off like drugs. And then there's this sort of table where the relatives can come and visit. And I'm going to do the table style because I trust my prisoners. For better or for worse. So let's put in a put in a door here and a visitor door, and then walls here. Just so that it's like a bit of an air gapped. So that a prisoner has to go through a visitor door and a jail door to get out. I'm going to have one of my guards sort of sit in reception to open doors for me. That'll help. All right. Some lights. You want me to abolish solitary confinement? I could set it up so that there is no punishments that have solitary confinement. I could do that, and I can poll you all if that's something you want. I'm fine doing that. I think in real life, solitary confinement is often counterproductive and unnecessary. I think some people will probably belong there. Not to be too much of an optimist. Some people probably deserve it. You know, those that shiv and murder others probably need to be kept separate. But yeah. Do you want me to abolish solitary? All right, you can vote. Look at that daily cash flow. Oof. Is expensive. All of my reform programs, very pricey. Another thing I'm gonna need for all of these new crops here is a pantry. And then I'm also gonna want exports. So I'm gonna set up exports just like really crudely. I'm gonna set up exports just like here to see if there's anything that I need to export. All right, laundry, crop, distribution. Straight to export. Food to the kitchens. Okay. So I have my fruit trees go to the kitchen and my vegetable garden go to the kitchen, and I have my crops go to export. Because I don't have the ability to make stuff out of the wheat or the barley. No, we're not abolishing solitary. Now, very, very rarely do people actually go into solitary. Ooh, grant completion. What grant did I just complete? I don't even know. But next up, next grant, we have self-sustaining, which is growing our own food. overproduction, which is selling our food back to, you know, everyone else, or focus on internal issues. If you vote on focus on internal issues, I'll have you all vote on what internal issues that you want me to focus on, whether it would be paroling my prisoners, whether it would be better visitation, or like, you know, addressing the boredom or whatever. That will be, like I said, up to you. But I will add some phone booths to the yard. And let's add, oh, I need another visiting table. Dismantle and dismantle. So, in doing a whole lot of damage to my designs here, I'm gonna shrink this farm considerably, so we can have more visitation. It's a little weird that the infirmary is through a visitor door. Granted, but oh well. There we go. Oh, it still has a minimum size, doesn't it? Can you just... There. Just because it has a minimum size doesn't mean I need to, like, farm it all. So I just will cheese it and not actually farm it all. All right, let's expand our visitation room a little bit so that we finish the visitation rights. And it looks like focusing on internal issues is what you're going to want me to do. So what internal issues? Let's take a look. So one is parole, because we don't have prisoners that can meet with parole officers. Another would be the prisoner boredom. And then let's take a look at their needs too. We have the luxuries issue, or spirituality issue, or literature. All of the literature, spirituality, and luxuries is part of prisoner boredom, mind you. Or warmth, actually, more critically. Warmth might be something I kind of need to do whether you vote on it or not, because it's 39 Fahrenheit out, which is just above freezing, and well, everybody's a little cold. So I'm going to start working on warmth, and you can vote on what other issues I address. So for warmth, here's what I'm doing. I'm putting 3 radiators smack dab in the middle of my my dormitory, and I missed the hot water pipe. Good job, me. There. And that will keep them warm. Our prisoners want some privacy. Well, yeah. I could, however, here's a thought. I could have the cells up top, because none of my MinSec prisoners are violating. None of them have gone up to medium sec, not that I know of. Let me check. No, none of them have gone up to medium sec, which means that one of the things I could do for them is to have those cells up top be nicer rather than nastier, so that they can earn their way, you know, they can earn their way up, in other words. All right, let me set this up. Come on, that's not what I did. All right, so now my visitation will have all the things that I have. Good. All right, parole hearings is going to be the next thing I work on. My polling software is broken? What's going on? I can't finish the poll? All right, I'm going to have to hide it. That was weird. So for me to be able to parole people, if I have a parole hearing, what I'm going to need is led by a parole officer in a parole, assisted by a parole lawyer. It takes 4 hours. Each prisoner needs a visiting table. So let's start the parole hearings. And what I'm going to need here is like a parole room, a dedicated parole room to hear the individual cases. So let's take a look at parole room requirements. I don't have it memorized. At least 5x5. Okay. So concrete building, 7x7 will fulfill those requirements. And then let's also put down some paving here. Okay. There. This is getting one heck of a crowded prison. You're not wrong. Living on a tiny little island is tricky. I like how I found a note in the middle of the ocean. That makes sense. I could work to earn money to expand out towards, you know, to another island. Good song reminds me of Stationeers. It's the same soundtrack. Wait, what are you doing in there? Oh, hold on. Deployment. Yeah. Staff only. Yep. So far, 2 have died from drug overdoses, but no one has escaped. Oh, and here's a prisoner working to dig up taters. Oh, what did my puppies smell on you? All right, so here is the parole building. Good puppy. Good dog. Dog's sniffing out drugs. So the parole building will be with just a regular door. One light. In a way they escaped. Yeah, they didn't escape with their lives though. Ooh, found in scissors. And that's the ex-law enforcement again? Man, he really is trying to arm himself. I mean, I honestly don't really blame him, but like, I can't let him be armed all the time. All right, so lock shut so I can replace the back wall with concrete. And then in here, for this to be a parole room, we're gonna want a visitor table. And I think that's really the only requirement. Pretty simple. So here is potatoes and carrots that are being delivered eventually to our kitchen so that we can feed ourselves with the crops that we grow, which is pretty cool. I think this... Yeah, the wall got built, so we're good there. All right, so let's start reschedule. No equipment. What do you need here? Oh, you know, we need a session length of 4 hours. So let's go to regime here. And I am going to... Oops. Let's change your schedule around. So they have a 4-hour block of time. That way that they can properly schedule in paroles. There it is. Wait, what? Stop. Okay, some of these unused programs I'm going to remove because I have to pay for them. And there, now I can run parole hearings 4 a day, which is kind of a lot for our pop. I like how it says he's sleeping. Oh, he's heading to sleep, maybe. He thinks he's not currently sleeping, though. You still doing Project Zomboid? My schedule's at Rhadamant.com. You tell me. So now I'm going to want my guard that was assigned to also poke into parole from time to time. Do I need light? I could do lights. I could do a like a floodlight here, maybe. Wouldn't be terrible. And let's take a look at my grants now. So I only have one grant going. So next grant. And I'll pick the top two. So we have self-sustaining. Overproduction. I'll do security procedure if you want me to do that. And I'll explain what it is. And prison manufacturing. So security procedure is to have 10 guards and for them to patrol, which is not too tricky to do. It's only one more guard than I currently have. Prisoners are getting angry because they want privacy. So we can also work on the privacy thing. So let's do this. I'm going to dismantle these beds here because it's pretty clear that my MinSec prisoners are very non-violent. And as a result, I don't necessarily need to worry about them being bad or whatever. So instead, I'm going to make this an upscale rather than a downscale. So let's get rid of this this door here. In fact, I'm going to do one better. These are going to be larger cells. And that way, the ones that deserve nice cells get nice cells. And I'll add some nice things about these cells so that they want to be there. Right, self-sustaining. Right, let's finish that off, and then you can pick of these remaining 3. So self-sustaining, I need to hire a bunch more farmers. And I need to fertilize stuff and sell crops for money is sort of the simplest way to explain it. So we'll do that. Oh, not guards. I have very, very, very few prisoners that are qualified to do farm work, though, which is the only problem. Okay, so there, the cells are a little bit moved around. Let's move the toilets. No, don't search the toilet. Well, whatever. It's a harmless search. All right, and then we're also going to have radiators in here. Put it next to the bed. Radiators on each. I know, so nice, right? So plush. And then we'll think of like other nice things for them to have, like the cushy pet bird. Let's see. Where are the windows that I used to have? Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice cells. Right, the pole. Oh, right. The pole is invisible, isn't it? Because it was bugging out. There we go. They're upset about privacy. Yeah, after this, I'm going to have you all vote on whether I should focus on the privacy issue or something else. So we'll address that. Ooh. Oh, no. I thought they were fighting, but they weren't. Oh, some of my... Oh, we'll be fine. Just setting up the radiators and the hot water and all that. All right, so these cells are already a bit nicer. I am also going to... No, I'm not... Well... Yeah, let's set them up with private showers. I already have a hot water pipe, so... Okay. All right, let's go with security procedure, because that's going to be an easy one for me to do. So let's pick up that grant. Hire 10 guards. Done. Security procedure is done. And then assign 2 dog handlers to patrols and 2 armed guards to patrols. I don't have any armed guards yet, but let me get an armory. I'm probably not going to keep them, to be honest, because they're overkill. So what do we need here? We need a table and a guard locker. Have guard lockers and a weapon rack. Okay. I'm just doing this for the grant, and then I can get rid of it. Oh, my polling broke again. Oh, could you not? Take a look at my staff. I'm gonna fire 2 of the guards. I don't need them all. Sorry. You got canned. Okay, come on. Install the lockers so I can do the armed guards. As soon as my polling is back up, I can poll about the privacy issue. Ooh. You are trying... Uh-oh. So this dude is criminally insane? Alright, so one of my prisoners has gone crazy. And that's a bit of a problem because... I don't really have the facilities for him. And I'm not going to without some considerable investment. So Marple's here. What am I gonna do with you, Mr. Marples? I don't know. I don't know. Oof. Transfer. Good behavior. Oh, yeah. So the transfers are just transferring down a security rating. I could lock him down, yeah. I could just, like, throw him in solitary forever until you all vote to deal with that. It sort of low-key sucks for him that he's gone bonkers. He lost his marbles. All right, do we have... Yeah, armed guards. All right, now let's deploy the armed guards to complete this government security rating on patrol. And then done. Okay, now I can get rid of them entirely. So I actually don't want the armed guards. So dismantle, 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 and staff, fire, fire. You should get an insane island. We voted at the start of this stream that it would be a reformatory, not an insane asylum. So we're going to continue with that theme, as it was pretty clear the majority wanted it to be like a reformatory. But I am going to have to do something about this this Mr. Insane dude. We can't have him just sort of hanging out here forever. So I think what I'm going to do is have a gonna have his own little cell here, and I'm actually going to build it big enough so that if I have another insane person, that they are can be accommodated in the future. So room for expansion, in other words. My farmers are pissed off because they're cold. Well, let's take a look at the heat here. So, yeah, it's pretty clear that my my dormitory is nice and warm. The canteen could use some heat. I like how my sprinklers are going off even though it's raining. So I'm going to add a radiator here. In visitation, I'll add a radiator. And this is just to keep people warm. In reception, in the other canteen, the staff room, the classroom, the kennel, all of the offices, and we'll have to wire these up, or plumb these, I should say. In the kitchen, right in the center, in the infirmary. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a water boiler here. Run water out to that. And then hot water pipes out to the sinks so we can wash dishes better. And then eventually out to all those radiators. As many as I can. Doesn't the staff room already have a radiator? Oh, yes, they do. In fact, yeah, we'll start using that boiler to heat the other things around here is when it's installed. Thanks for the good memory there. So the hot water heaters, the pipes can't go on forever, so you can't have like one boiler to feed everything. There's a pretty limited range that they're able to operate. Which is why you need to deploy a bunch of boilers in a bunch of spots. There. That should service that. Oh, and then we have this one. There. Alright, so this is not armory. Go away. That could be a security room at some point. Let's see. Is my polling up? No. Hey, more green energy goals have been reached. You know, while I'm staring at the green energy, let me go ahead and put in some more hybrid systems. Okay, so for the self-sustaining, all I need to do is buy some more fertilizer, and self-sustaining will be done. Ooh, 2 cell phones on you. What are you, running the stock markets while in here? Finished the loony bin? Yep, doing that now. Alright, I can move the compost so that it's not right outside of the loony bin. Can my hot water reach out here? I hope so. Oh, is this not? Yeah, this is not plugged in. There we go. Alright, if we take a look at the heat, yeah. As you can see, most of everything is now heated. Parole is not heated, and I'm going to have to fix that. But, alright. The back wall here would be concrete. Oh, it's already getting concreted. Perfect. Current project. Honestly, the current project is never updated, but, let's do, insane housing. I know it's very small. All right, there we go. So now we are going to want rooms for the insane asylum for my single person that has gone a little crazy, and we're gonna be required to do a lot more than just that. But this will be a padded cell. So we'll have 2 padded cells here. And objects. So let's see. We're gonna want doors for them. We'll just do regular jail doors. We'll work on that. And then we're going to put lights, their own independent lights in each. Let's put a toilet in both. Oh, someone found a syringe. Here's the new intake. Naughty, naughty. We're also going to want a shower head and drain. Do I have hot? All right, so I don't have a hot water boiler. I don't know if this is close enough. We'll see. Hopefully it's close enough, but if it's not, I can just throw another boiler. I can also mess around with inmate nutrition. Let's see, is polling up? Can I ask you guys questions again? I can always use Twitch polling if polling never comes back. So flooring here, I'm going to have it be very clearly padded. As you can see, the walls are also going to be padded. And Marples now has a place to go. Now, as you can see, his meter here is not good. And that's a result of being basically not sheltered for so long. So let's go ahead and get a bed for him. And these are padded solitary cells. And what would be good for him is, for him to be able to meet with a psychiatrist to help him out. But I'd like to ask you all what I should focus on, and I think I'm going to have to use the built-in Twitch poll. All right, so what to focus on? So we've got the insane asylum. We could do also focusing on farming. We could focus on expansion. We could focus on reform education. Or prisoner needs. Okay. There it is. Well, I'm not pointing at anything. It's go vote. We are making money. Yes, our cash flow is in the positive. A lot of that is due to exports, I think. Yeah, we're making 1,600 of the 2,000 from food exportation. But that's good. All right, so there's the focus. Looks like Insane Asylum is a little bit of an early lead. So for that, we would want a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist helps with the criminally insane. And then we're also going to want to hire an orderly. So let me go ahead and research orderlies. Because I don't know. I don't have the research for that just yet. And then we're going to want, oh boy, where to put it? Then we're going to want a psychiatry office. And I'm going to set that up here, but so that I don't interfere with the, with what's-his-face, I'm going to switch cells from Marples. So that Marples is in the adjacent cell, and then set up the psychiatry office here. This also means that this area out here is sort of like a weird, very hard to traverse no man's land area. Yeah, if you're not seeing the poll, you might have to refresh because it is now built into Twitch, and because my my polling overlay thing that I normally use has gone kaputty. Wait, you're released? Wait, seriously? Oh, okay. All right. Bye. He was just paroled. That's convenient. It doesn't necessarily mean I don't have to intake them, because if I take a look at the intake here, I can bring in criminally insane. So I can still focus on criminally insane. And it also helps to have the capacity to treat the criminally insane in case any of my standard pop requires that treatment. The no man's land could be storage. Yeah, it could. No. STOR rage. Just keeping everything outside. I'm glad there's like no sense of decay. And then I should also go through this storage stuff and decide what to even get rid of. Oh, I have a spare wind turbine? Cool. I have a spare solar panel. These are probably rewards for doing stuff. So yeah, I'll deploy that. And going through all of my storage and being like, do I want, you know, a guard locker? No, if I don't, I can sell it. Do I want a large jail door? No, I can sell it. School, you know, and just get rid of some of this stuff. I'm getting a bunch of early release. My parole hearings are going well. These guys are getting paroled, and I'm getting paid for it. $3K every time. Money, money. I'll take it. All right, so here we are going to have a psychiatry office. Where... All right, psych office. And we need a filing cabinet, a office desk, a office chair or leather chair. I'll do an office chair. And then a wide sofa or leather sofa. I don't have enough for I don't have the psychiatric sessions for the nicer sofa, so I'll go with the basic. And we will get the psychiatrist's office set up shortly. All right, so the insane asylum got voted on. Should I intake insane prisoners? Yes, no. So if I intake them, it means I purposely house them. If I don't intake them, it means that I just have the capacity to deal with any of my normal prisoners if they ever become, you know, criminally insane. Yeah, he does look like Fraser, doesn't he? Thank you for watching Prison Architect, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you're wondering if there will be any more Prison Architect, this series is a result of a poll I put out to all of my viewers where they are able to vote on the games that I play. If Prison Architect gets voted up again, there will be more content beyond the first stream, or alternatively, if you vote for another game, I'll bring that to YouTube as well. If you're curious about the polls, just go to Rhadamant.com or the community tab of Rhadamant Plays on YouTube. My stream schedule and countdown timers for streams can be found at Rhadamant.com as well. Thank you all so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.